Hey, hello and welcome to CyberGamer Western Digital 1.6 Leagues. We've got tonight the first round of this 1.6 season. We've got Nordland taking on ArchaicMSi. The guys are in the server. We're just about ready to go. And I'll just go straight into the server and we'll talk about who's playing tonight. Tonight we have for Nordland, everybody's aliased up, which makes it nice and easy. I'm just going to guess Chiz, Dave Strizzle, Gams, maybe Defiance, and someone else. And then for ArchaicMSi, we have Hellscraper, Simcore, Nick, Vanadium, and Toons. So the boys will be starting off quite soon. We just have to wait for one more player to ready up. I think, yeah, we are playing on Nuke tonight. I don't think this is not just the warm-up. I think this is the actual map for tonight. The ArchaicMSi, the guys from New Zealand, we're going to start off the knife round, see who gets which side. And this is actually going to be pretty important, of course. Winning the pistol round gives you a lead in the economy and gets you to push on through the game. And pretty important for whoever wins this one here. DiceBot, the bot that does the match bot, made by Andy Zor from Dice VIP. Thank you very much for that one. So, going to wait for them to start the knife round off here. Previously, last season, Nordland in the regular season, in the regular rounds, they came out on top of the ladder. ArchaicMSi only came through 4th and managed to take from their 4th spot to take out to the season. And it looks like Nordland are in a pretty good spot here to win this knife battle. And they do. Chiz getting the final kill on Nick with a headshot knife. And one would assume they're going to take CT. While we wait. Oh, big decision. Thinking about it. Thinking about it. There we go. So they want to be CTs. They need to initialize the bot to switch the teams for them. I think typing !CT might help. Reasonably confident. There we go, they chose Counter-Strike team, woo! So we're about to start the game. And that means ArchaicMSi are going to have to maybe switch up their game. This pistol round is going to be pretty important. This is very much like, actually every single version of Counter-Strike is pretty much the same on this. You want to try and get double digits on your CT side on this map. The terrorists can easily at times, surprise the other team, get themselves anywhere from 5 to 10 rounds from being aggressive, doing some great plays, mixing up all over the place. Fakes are pretty effective in certain parts of the map. But it is up to ArchaicMSi to bring this half on. Nordland really should be in a position, should be in a pretty happy position right now. It's up to them to fail and up to ArchaicMSi to make the difference. So we're just waiting for them to ready up here, just doing a few more warm-ups. I'm sure Nordland and ArchaicMSi guys are talking to themselves, trying to figure out what they're going to do for this opening round. Nordland could be thinking about aggressive pistol, much the same as Archaic. In fact, it's probably more likely that Archaic would go, an aggressive round, but I'm going to expect they're going to try and play it slow and try and feel it out. But it's an incredibly important round to start off the match while we wait for the guys to ready up. They're taking their time. I mean, if you got ready for the knife round, you should be pretty much ready to start the game. But we're just waiting for the knife up. I've seen lots of pretty damn good games on this one. We've seen back in the day Nip, SK, playing a lot of the Swede games on Nuke here with pretty fantastic. Always a good map to watch, the Nuke game. It really accounts on the terrorists to bring out some nice strategies. The CT is usually playing pretty defensive, occasionally doing something aggressive, but looks like we're all ready to go. Everybody's readied up. This is the first week of the Western Digital CyberGamer 1.6 League. Sponsored, of course, by Western Digital. $2,500 up for grab this season through the 3 divisions we got up. Somewhere between 25 32 teams signed up for 1.6. So pistol round starting off. Let's have a look at the T's. Let's see what they're going to do. We've got a few nades around the place, and free lock instead of chase cam. Awesome. Map overlay. CTs have a pretty standard spread actually. Concentrating a little bit on ramps. We see one spotted outside. Toons spotted from the annex. Nade goes off. I'm pretty sure that didn't hit anybody. And Archaic, as expected, a little bit slow around trying to feel out what's going on. Simcore up on the top already, up on the red rock there, and making his way over to try and see if he can find out. Oh, he just saw the edge of. Oh, I don't think he saw that. That one at the edge of the warehouse there. Don't think he saw that at all. And it's one over by the big ladder. Nick's having a quick outlook now to see over by the window. Jumps over past the annex, has a look. Sees nobody there. His teammate's already in the site. Top site clear. So TT's obviously looking at some sort of retake strategy. Toon's getting the first frag. Outside, we've got 2 players up in the nest. Getting smashed, actually, pretty badly. Chiz managed to get a headshot there on Simcore. And players on the outside here, it's Glocks versus USPs. 1 player down. The bomb's already planted. That'll be downstairs, not up on the top site. And Nordland are ready for a retake here. They've got more players and they've got the time to retake here. Toon's 6 HP. Just going to wait out the time here and wait for them to come to him and get smashed by Ang. Hellscraper down on the bottom. Vanadium with him as well. Teammates played together for quite a long time. Nick gets himself a kill at the ramps room while Ang and the rest of the Nordland guys coming through the site. They should get this defused pretty easily. If they body block, they don't even really need to kill him. And last player is Hellscraper. Walks right up to the door instead of just shooting through. But oh well, 1-0. Nordland on top. Now in charge of the money system, though the bomb plant for Archaic's going to help them out to start off this match. And interesting to see what they do from that point there. They play that round pretty slowly, wait until the wire and try to get Nordland down. But of course, Nordland 3-on-2 situation with a nice solid retake through the vents are definitely going to be able to take that one down. It was actually a 4-on-2, 4-on-3, and they managed to clean the ramps room eventually. And oh, there we go, smashing with that Clarion. Kill for each of the teammates, only 1 player left alive for Archaic. Still waiting for a frag to come through. Teammates shooting each other there, but Chiz finishes off Vanadium. So on to the 3rd round now. 2-0 Nordland over ArchaicMSi. And yeah, there we go, 3rd round. This is the first gun round for Archaic. That bomb round helping them get it in the 3rd, so they don't have to wait till the 4th. They don't have to do a double eco to get themselves onto the ball. So now a proper gun round. Looks like we're going to see a little bit more structure, though there is 2 people going outside. It's pretty standard, really, if I'm being honest. A little bit of aggression as we go to the hut to have a quick look through the annex, see if we can catch someone off guard. Hellscraper outside, managed to get a kill. Nick as well, getting one. And pushing aggressively on the outside here. So Archaic have the outside area. Those 2 frags down. That's in their favour. Nades on the outside. They've claimed the outside. Simcore up top, manages to get a kill onto one. Ang up in the sniper's nest with only half his health bar. Trying to get his frag off here. He's choked a little bit. And not able to get that frag. So first round to ArchaicMSi. 2-1 is the score. So frankly, this is pretty good for Archaic. They missed their pistol. They missed the round after, which is pretty much expected whenever you use the pistol. And well, now they're on to their 4th round here, and they can tie it up pretty much straight away. And if they continue with this nice momentum, as we see a little bit of lag from the Kiwi player here, quite a lot of bit of lag actually. What's that ping on him? Okay, probably me. That's pretty bad lag. But geez, that lag is actually pretty horrendous. And Simcore here doing some flashes, pre-flashes to get themselves into the site. He's got the bomb. He's in the hut, having a quick look around to reverse rafter. Can't see any feet hanging around there. Was thinking about taking that into that site. Hasn't seen anything there. Nick on the outside. He's found a CT. He's missed quite a lot of shots that he should have gotten. Gets taken down with a deagle from Ang. Nick, yeah, a little bit of a choke. A little bit of a choke there. So he's lost that AK. Should be defending that one. And now Nordland have an AK and a few deagles to defend off the bomb site. To attack the bomb site with. Sorry, as Vanadium defends it with a nice headshot onto Darkwing. Cheese is at the top of the ladder. Falls himself back out. He's going to help with the retake here. Toon's trying to get a few shots through the wall to see if he can get a little bit of initial damage on. Throws a flash outside and he's considering pushing, but he's just trying to slow them from getting in at this point with a span through the wall. Still concerned about top ladder. And Toon's still playing. Oh, it's the server that's spiking, not myself. That's no good. And yeah, bomb's going to go off. CT's unable to get that. They're going to save that AK and wait for the next round. Vanadium gets Ang, actually, who had the AK. Put himself in a little bit silly spot, and one hazardous. Yeah, I'm just letting them know that I am also lagging. The server is being a little bit chunky. 2-2 is the score, and we're tied up here on Nuke, which is pretty good for the terrorists on what is generally referred to as a CT favoured map. So Nordland really need to pull their finger out, and try and take control over this map once again. Playing pretty standard start to the game. Chiz is playing pretty good at the moment, just playing a little bit aggressive up the top, sorry, as I get distracted typing. Nordland managing to get 3 kills of the Archaic guys as they try to take into the side here, and Ang just defending from CT vent. And last T player, I think, is Simcore and Nick. Nick managed to get himself a frag. Simcore aces the red rock jump, though it's not particularly difficult. Makes his way over the top of Annex, around the corner to see if he can catch any CTs off guard here. There's a nifty little smoke. Nifty little smoke indeed. Nick's with him on the outside there. He's in the cutout. Drops down as a flash comes through and smashes one who was on top of the hut. That was a fantastic little drop move there with the timing there by Simcore. Absolutely dropping one with pretty good shot there. Nick also coming in to assist here. Nick getting a shot through the box. Unseen player gets taken down there as Simcore checking the reverse. Finally a player gets taken down. It was from CT Vent. We saw him earlier, and Chiz from behind takes him down. Almost a good round win there, but Chiz with the timing of his teammates comes through T-Lobby and finishes out the round. That was quite good work by both Nick, Simcore and Chiz there, supporting with his teammates to finish off the round. 3-2, Nordland. Still doing pretty good, but the T's it's a pretty good start. They've got to be happy with it. They got plenty of time to get themselves, at least 6 or more rounds in this half, which is probably along the lines of where their goal is. So we got a pretty aggressive nade round coming through, smokes and flashes. I didn't hear any grenades go off, but that's through the Annex there. A few shots going off. Toons stuck on the ladder trying to get himself downstairs and get himself a sneaky plant so they instantly get that reward for planting the bomb there. Toons, though, gets taken down by Chiz. Hellscraper tries to take him out, and Chiz smashes him again. Some great frags by Chiz here in the last couple of rounds. Pretty important ones as well. Nick also getting taken down there as Darkwing now checking the top site. He'll be able to find a player in the radio room if he does so choose to rotate back through there. Ramps room. Hut is where Simcore's at. Checking the Annex right now. He's, I think Simcore's the last one left alive at the moment actually, as he's checking top site now, trying to find out where people are. Finds one at the end of the hut. Nearly choked that. Nearly choked that shot up the top there. Gets taken down by whoever that is. Nice. Nice aliasing. 4-2 is the score. Nordland over ArchaicMSi. And yeah, I've not been casting anywhere near enough 1.6 at the moment. I'm a little bit out of it at the moment, but Nordland still doing pretty okay. They've still got a pretty set target here to give themselves a pretty good half. Though that being said, 2 rounds early on for Archaic, as I said, it's going to make it pretty easy for them to work back into the game. We'll see what they can do for us in this round here. Is a bit of a smoky flash, a bit of a dig around here for Toons. Dig around for the whole team, sorry. The deco. As they make their way around the Annex now, try to make their way into the hut. A few pre-fires around the corner, but Darkwing with that MP5 absolutely smashing them with the help of GZ. Darkwing outside with the USP finishing off the last one. And Aang through the hut, taking down Toons. Pretty expected to come through the hut there. So 5-2. Nordland now in a more commanding position. We've only got about 7 rounds left in this half. No, 8 if you include this one, I guess. And yeah, Archaic gonna, I think they would have been decoying so they can get themselves some weapons quite shortly. It's going to be pretty important for them to watch their money and control it through the rest of this round, rest of this map, sorry. So they get their AKs and they're planning out for a pretty standard round. Vanadium here, somewhat aggressive in the hut, peeking out to have a look at the top of Sniper Nest. Sees nothing there at all. Pretty open free. Nordland, oh there you go, Simcore up on top of Red Rock. Once again sees Aang, but Aang just smashes him. A great shot there by Aang. Nice little one tap. And throws some nades to delay or at least slow down the T's as Darkwing up the top there. I think getting himself a frag onto Nick. Falls back and place from Ramp's going to go up the sniper ladder probably. She's holding Ramps. Toons may get surprised. Actually, yeah, they may well get surprised here. We'll see what Hellscraper does. He's up on the top right above Hellscraper. See if he checks it. He's checking the shoulder. Checking little hidey hole there. They're going to get shot from the top here. Oh, Toons managed to get himself a nice frag onto Darkwing and walks out. Chiz has changed his position, I believe. No, he has not, and waited his time out there, the proper way to do that. Vanadium and teammate making themselves down to the lower bomb site, taking out the vents there, but Nordland's 1 was hanging in there. Just gets shots up on the Vanadium, take him down. Aang's doing a few peeks up and down on the ladder. Try and see where this plant goes down so he can go out and either shoot him straight after or perhaps even shoot him during the plant. But Toons gets taken down there by GZ. And 6-2 is the score. Nordland looking pretty good at the moment to finish out this half with Star. They should, at this point in time in the money system, they should be pretty happy to get themselves at least their 10 rounds, the 10 rounds that they do want. We'll see what Toons do. He's got a pretty good spawn. He could go aggressive if he so chooses. We'll see what he's going to do into T-Lobby and possible ramps aggression here. 2 flashes go off, runs straight through them. Tries to do a few shots. He hasn't seen anyone anywhere. He's just mostly pre-firing. Gets someone in the bottom of the ramp there. Will he get the one in the corner? Yes, he does. Toon's getting 2 frags, but there was 3 people playing that angle. So he eventually got a 2-for-1 frag. Gets traded down. Hellscraper's going to go up top, try and get that plant. He's convinced that there's someone at the top of that ladder. So he's a little bit wary of planting. Vanadium's watching his back up the top. Still watching it as well. Oh, and it comes from the Annex, and Vanadium finishes off the round. Last player left alive. Ended up being a 2-on-1 situation. And one just not able to do it based on the position they were at. So 6-3. 6-3 still signed up here for, or still lined up, sorry, for a pretty standard half of Nuke. Still looking at probably around the 10-5 margin, somewhere similar to that, the way we're going at the moment. It's a matter, as I said, it is definitely a matter of how the money system's played, if they play it properly. And this, yeah, I thought there was a little bit of fail going on there. Still a little bit of trouble with that one. And most of the little pre-fire is Cheers runs his way all the way through the T-lobby straight into Simcore's gunfire. And I'm not sure Cheers did any damage to anyone at all there. Aang's still playing pretty defensively. The rest of the team playing topside. With one playing fence rotator. G said a little bit borderline aggressive at the ramps room there. So he'll be able to catch anybody as soon as they walk through the ready room area and get a few bullets off onto him. I'm sure the Arcaic guys are well aware that he's got to be watching that angle. Hellscraper on the outside here, trying to see if he can find anyone. Gets beanked off the corner there. And lucky to be alive, frankly, as he retreats back to meet up with his teammates. Toon's throwing a bit of a smoke and a flash through. Oh, one in the hut. They got a few bit of spam there, and Simcore finally finishes him off there as he tries to be aggressive and gets taken out for being sneaky there. Aang up the top would have got Nick on the outside, I think. And Darkwing taking down Vanadium as well. Coming through the back, G-Said takes down Scraper. Darkwing gets another one. G-Said to the back, still having Simcore having a bit of trouble. Sprays and prays for it. Pulls out the Glock, jumps up and down, gets taken down. 7-3. Nordland playing pretty aggressively. Looked like it was going to be a little bit of a fail there with Chiz going down pretty early on, but they still managed to hold it on and take out the rest of that round pretty easily, in fact, at the end. With Nick getting taken down on the outside, losing a lot of visual territory for the Arcaic guys. So Nordland 7-3. Looking pretty strong for double digits in this half, which is definitely what they want. Playing the ramps a little bit aggressive here, in fact a little bit stacked. This is a nice eco round now as Toon's trying to make his way around. Tries to sneak himself through the Annex, see if he can get through. There's 2 up on the rafters, they got Glocks long range, they're not going to be able to do a damn thing. And one gets a double, his teammate finishes off another one. So 8-3 is the score. And I'm still thinking 10-5, 11-4, probably what we're going to see in this half. That's what I do believe. Archaic are going to have to pull something a little bit different out of the hat, play a little bit different. They are giving the Nordland the chance to dictate what's going on somewhat here. As a Hellscraper eating a flash on the outside. Could be a bit of aggression, most likely isn't. Smokes up everywhere and tries to get a few deagle shots off on a player playing from the Annex angle. Wasn't able to get him, goes for a few spam shots, also not getting him. He has the bomb, so we're going to follow him as he goes into the bomb side here. And finally gets one in the boxes at the top. One drops down, a little bit of damage on him. Simcore takes one down, one, and Cheers managed to get themselves a frag apiece. Colt picked up by Vanadium. He's now watching the Annex angle. Vanadium trading positions with his teammate there. Simcore 1 HP. 1 single HP. 2 players rotating up through the ladder with one already up there at the moment. G-Said taking down Vanadium. Nade's going to go off towards the hut. They're going to push right in and try and see if they can find out where all the players are. One still playing from the ladder just in case Simcore's playing sneaky buggers. And that is indeed what Toons is doing. Walking it slow around the bottom of the ladder. He doesn't know where these are coming from. Can't see where he's getting done from here. And retreats his way back around here. There's going to be players waiting for him at all angles here. Sees one. Did he see one at all there, jumping from inside the hut? Not quite sure. Looks at the top of the sniper ladder. Still playing it pretty defensively here. Simcore will go down if anybody even blinks at him, and he does indeed. 9-3 is the score, so only 2 rounds left in the half. Well, 3 if you include this one. 2 further rounds left in the half. And Nordland looking pretty good to finish off this half. Pretty strong, in fact. A little bit stronger than usual. Double digits is all you really want at a minimum, and it looks like they'll just go 1 or 2 over that. Be looking to try and get 12-3 if they can. And the way Archaic are playing at the moment, it looks like they damn well can do it, Nordland. They played pretty good last season. Like I said, they were the minor premiers for the season. Darkwing there taking out an early frag. He's getting a lot of the early frags too, taking out Simcore, Vanadium, and Toons answer back. Hellscraper on low health gets shot in the back from the hut area, and GSET gets himself a double. Toon throwing a nade off towards the hut. Nick, sorry, throwing a nade off towards the hut. Tries to get that player GSET around the corner. He's been getting frags all game. I wish I knew whose alias that was. I should have checked. But oh well, 10-3 is the score, and they'll be looking to wrap out this half. If possible, 12-3 is what they want to go for here, because Archaic are going to struggle to provide them with any challenge at this point after they just bought up their weapons there. They have not got much more chances with the money in this half, in these final 2 rounds. So, frankly, looking pretty good for Dave Strizzle's boys. This will be probably the last round we'll see Archaic with AKs if they do not win it. A few nades going off. Opening frag, once again, almost every round here going to Nordland, apart from that round where Chiz bum rushed them in the T lobby. Nick, watching the outside angle, thinks there's one coming around the corner, does see him indeed, and finishes him off. Darkwing, though, doing 59 points of damage. So at least got himself a half trade. Aang getting one getting another. And we're down to a 3-on-4 situation, I think, with Archaic on the back foot once again. Nordland have all the visual territory, getting a frag in the lobby here. I think there's only one player left alive. It's Nick. He's up on the top one, 41 HP, takes down one, gets another. No, he doesn't. 11-3 is the score. So Nordland here going to try and finish it out 12-3, which is going to be a pretty strong half, really. 10-3 is the minimum of what you want, but you can get away with, 8-7, 9-6. And looks like I honestly expect them to get this round, make it 12-3. Pretty strong CT half. I really think that's what we're going to see in this final round here. We'll see what Archaic have got, where they're going to play it pretty much the same they played every other round. They brought up anything they can, of course, Galils, Deagles, whatever they can buy, because this is the last round of the half. And it looks like we're playing more of an outside role this time. Vanadium just covering the T lobby while they make their moves. I guess Simcore's going to be up on Red Rock, as Hellscrape's just trying to get a few wall bangs off. Shot through the window, nothing going on there. Throws a smoke over the top. Nordland managed to get themselves a frag from the window, taking down Toons. And Hellscraper picking up that Galil. Throwing a nade over towards the side to at least slow down that player or make him change position. Flash comes over the top. Hellscraper still hiding on the outside there. Oh, just on the outside of the annex. Still eating the flashes. He's convinced there's one up on the top rafter. Not sure if there is. From the radio room, Vanadium gets taken down. Simcore answers back with that Galil with the bomb in hand as well. Drops the bomb back. Thinking of throwing a flash and pushing towards the ramps. Not able to do that. If he goes into the top side here, he's actually in a pretty vulnerable position. They're set up pretty well for him to come out of the hut. And still thinking about it, Hellscraper. Going to meet him up behind. Nordland are now circling. The Sharks are circling, looking for blood. Simcore's going to get pumped as soon as he comes out of here, unless he pulls up some nice, sharp, and accurate aim there. No, he gets smashed straight away by Aang. He's covered by all directions. Hellscraper, they managed to get himself one frag before coming out. He's going to get a double. It was very close with the aim there, but just unable to get it. So 12-3 is the score. Nordland over ArchaicMSi. Nordland starting off the season just as well as they did last season with a pretty damn good half. So we'll see what Archaic can do on the CT side. Nordland now on T side. I'm curious as to whether they'll go aggressive in their first round. They did a few CT rounds fairly aggressively in that last round. In fact, a lot of their movement was whenever Archaic were down to pretty much circle up, wrap them up, attack them from all angles, and not really give them a chance, just fully choke them out. It was pretty good whenever we got to a 2-on-1 situation. There's usually Nordland position players coming from both angles, not just the one, which is always good to have. So we are now in the first round of the second half. Again, this pistol round, which can determine the economy for the first couple of rounds of the game. Pretty important round here. So we'll go over to Nordland guys, see if they're playing aggressive. Nades in hand, most likely they'll be doing something aggressive. So we're going to have a pretty hard topside rush straight out of the hut, just running out pretty dry. Nordland getting one frag. Nade comes down. It's a 1-for-1 exchange. One and Hellscraper getting a frag each. So we've got 2 for 2. Nick now putting it in the favour of ArchaicMSi, taking down one with the USP here. Darkwing hiding in the little room from the squeaky door as Toons takes him down. So last player left alive is GSED. who gets a point-blank shot on Toons, surprised the living hell out of him. Hellscraper finishes it off. So a aggressive start to the round, a nice top-side rush by Nordland, only just getting taken out by ArchaicMSi, who had 2 players left alive at the end of that, I think. So good start for the match for Nordland, playing a nice aggressive game. Always like to see it. So we'll see what they do this round, if they're just going to keep up with aggression for their ecos. Flashes go into the hut to prevent them from doing it once again. So it's decided to slow them down, and it has indeed worked to slow them down in this one. He has a peek outside, has a look up the top, gets smashed by Simcore, who's bought himself a Colt in the second round, as Darkwing's trying to play a little bit of a deagle battle at the ramps from the radio room, eats 2 nades, and gets finally finished off there by Toons. One also eating a bit of spam while he's making his way down, gets finished off there by Vanadium with the USPs. He peeks around the corner after Toons' spam through the box. G-Said's going to make his way around the corner, try and see if he can find anybody in the top site. Nade comes up from the top. I don't think he saw G-Said come out of the hut. He will know about it now with the deagle shots going off. Hellscraper finishes him off as well. And Hellscraper, with the help of Nick, is going to take out Cheese, who comes through the hut. So it is now 2-0 in favour of ArchaicMSi. Reverse of what happened in the first half, or basically the same. The CT side got themselves 2 rounds, or you could say it's a reverse now that Archaic got the 2 up. It's going to be a determination of, actually there was no bomb plant there, so Nordland slightly behind what Archaic did in the first half, but I'm sure Nordland can still pull something out here. Still playing fairly aggressive, just running into position, and finally slowed it down just a little bit to try and slow down any flashes, prevent them from affecting them. So smoke out the top, 3, 4, 5 frags come out as a single file out of the hut. Usually doesn't work when you got a Colt spraying down on you, but that was an eco round, so I guess they just sort of threw that one aside, hopefully to, see if they could maybe get one lucky Glock shot out and drop $3,100 of a Colt down on the ground. So this will be a buy round here for the guys from Nordland. We'll see what they do this time now that they got AKs. Looks like they had a pretty decent spawn, so I'm wondering if they're going to be thinking about aggression once again. And of course they are definitely thinking about aggression. Eating a lot of flashes here, Aang, and already down to 77 HP. Simcore gets 1 as Chiz does a trade back by taking down Hellscraper. Nordland Aang has just made himself way out of the hut during all the flashes and gone straight out. Teammates there making their way right in the site, navigating while blind into the site. Pretty happy there. Got a teammate there, 1 watching the rotate from the ramps room. G-Said's watching through the smoke, takes down Vanadium as Toons up the top, gets a double, goes for the 3rd, pulls out the pistol. Will he get it? Yes, he does, and 1 finishes him off. So Nick here, 1 player left alive. The bomb's still ticking off. He's gone into squeaky room. Nick knows it now. 1-on-1 situation. 1 taking on Nick. 1 playing from the T lobby, the right way to do it. He's going to do the spam through the box, takes him down easily, and a good round for Nordland. Just playing 4 consecutive, reasonably aggressive rounds onto the top side and taking it down pretty happily in the end. So this means they get themselves another buy round, and we'll see what they do this time. They got 1 player with that fairly early spawn. Don't know who that was, and a bit of a silly bugger, so I've forgotten which one it was. It looks like it was 1. Going to make his way through Squeaky pretty aggressively, is he? No, they slowed it down for a round here. Just going to do a few spams to try and prevent Archaic from going aggressive. Now that door's open, he's giving them the opportunity to throw the nade out. Throws it out just in case there's somebody close. Goes up top, going to do a spam over to the sniper ladder there. And this is the first time we've seen a little bit of a slow, more constructed round from Nordland. We'll see what they get out of it. 1 player up on the red rock. And it is 1 having a look over to CT side. Going to do a spam on a reverse rafter here. Hopefully get himself a bit of damage onto someone. Oh, not sure he got anybody. G-Said still playing. T-Lobby trying to get some visual on the hut. All the ramps area right now. I think Toons and Vanadium were covering this in the pistol. I don't know if they still are now. And a few shots going off. He knows the angle where this player is now. So the nades come out. They're going to run around the corner. And if they play their cards right, they get the easy frag. And they get 1 frag. And Hellscraper getting himself a double. Great play there by Hellscraper. And player downstairs is obviously rotated down and hidden. And he gets, he's just hiding in that corner right there. Toons very sneaky. They didn't check the corner. Didn't check that little cutout, and Toons getting himself an easy frag as Hellscraper from the shoulder gets himself a 3rd for the round. So 4-1 in favour of ArchaicMSi in this half, bringing us to 13-7. Hopefully Nordland can get themselves back in for another round. They've got themselves a 1 just early on, but they're far from out. We're only 5 rounds down, and it won't be long until they're back pretty rare for it here. They're going for the eco round here, playing pretty aggressive on the outside as the server lags just a little bit. Well, hopefully we'll get that fixed up for next week. Not sure what's going on there. Nick hiding behind the pole on the outside, manages to get himself double and a triple. Darkwing on the top side here is going to try and walk out and get a sneaky plank. Nick gets himself a fourth frag to finish off the round, but Simcord taking out Darkwing. And Nordland not happy with the server, and that is right, it is being pretty inconsistent. I can see it just from spectator, and it seems to be affecting different people. And their pings don't seem to be pretty bad at all. In fact, that's pretty damn good Kiwi pings, and pretty good Melbourne pings. So yeah, that's not very good, unfortunately. The server's, it's obviously a CPU issue or something going on there. So hopefully we'll get that one fixed for next round. And hopefully it doesn't affect the match too much more here. It doesn't seem to be players lagging. 1-for-1 exchange. Darkwing, though, puts it in favour of Nordland by taking out Nick there with the AK. Vanadium playing from the vent's going to rotate up CT vent. Have a quick look up top. Is he? Yes, gets player. Was planting the bomb, takes him down and drops back into the vent. Toon's also getting a frag on Darkwing. Player just ransacks him. Jumps straight into the vent there, Ang, and he should get taken down here by Simcore. Sorry, that was G-set, so there's still one player in the CT vent. Don't think Simcore's aware of that. Thinks he may have gotten that player Ang there. Got to make his way walking out now. Simcore still playing from the annex. Yes, he's playing a little bit more defensive. Toon's still playing from ramp. Simcore playing from annex. So we'll see what Ang can do here. He's being very cautious. Bombs the other side of the bomb box here. But he's checking the areas before he makes that sound of picking up the bomb. Wants to be sure. Checks the annex here. Will he see Simcore? No, he doesn't. Simcore's rotated to help his teammate. Toon's up the top of the ladder. And now they know where he is. He's at the top side. They're going to do their launch on the attack here. We'll see what from Ang's position, what he sees. Still walking around. They know he's down there. They're probably thinking about having a look out now, and they look out too late. He makes his way downstairs. And I think Simcore would have just seen the back of him. He's going to get this plank guaranteed. And Simcore on his way to the ramps now. Toon's going to make his way through the vent. We'll see if we get this rotate here. How's Ang going to play it? He's made the door sound. Faking it. He's hiding in the dark spot right now. Will he get the shot on Toons? Yes, he does. One player left alive. Simcore one-on-one. Ang taking on, and Simcore gets the kill. Ang played that pretty well. Put him in a very good position to win the round. Did it the right way. And yeah, Archaic playing a little bit, Simcore and Toons playing a little bit defensive, which more often than not is a good thing to do, but potentially could have cost them there. They didn't time their rotating in the side quite right, but Simcore finished it off, so 6-1 is the score now. And once more, just waiting for Nordland guys to determine what they're going to do this round. I can't see Archaic pushing. Looks like we're going to have a Deagle Eco. He's run straight into the side. See if he can get the one at the annex there. No, he doesn't. 2 nades go off, takes him down. Shot through the squeaky door, and one actually gets that frag as well, so that's going to help them out there. A little bit of a evener up. Pulls out. Oh, he just picks up the coal and gets taken out by Simcore. He's playing the rafters. Gets another shot by taking out G-Sed. Chiz now going to make her way through the hut, see if he can get a player from the outside. His teammates are out there still alive. Chiz switches Deagles. Has a look at reverse rafter, seeing one up there. And gets taken out by Simcore, who's still controlling those rafters pretty well, actually. Even though this is a deco round. And Darkwing outside with it all. Having looked at the top of Sniper Nest, see if somebody checks outside. Doesn't look like they're going to. So now it's a matter of if he guesses where he's in the right spot here. The rafters, otherwise he may well get taken out before he gets to make the shot. He makes the shot, takes down Simcore, who was playing good at the rafters, gets taken down at the end of there, and Toons in a slightly unorthodox position for the time that Darkwing comes in the side, and pre-fire in the wrong spot, gets taken down. 13-10 is the score. Nordland still 3 rounds up, but they are 7-1 down in this half. So Archaic CT, relative to Nordland's T, is slightly better. So Nordland's CT side was pretty good, but looks like Archaic may well have gotten themselves just enough T rounds to get themselves to tie it up here. They only need 3 more. If they get it to 10-1, they're in pretty good position here. And Toon's playing defensively from the rafters. He's convinced that there's something going on here. His teammates as well helping him out. And they're already in the top site planting. So that worked out pretty well for Nordland, making it convincing Archaic that we had some play going on the ramps and there was nothing at all going on. So top site's planted. They're defending it now. Toon's managed to get himself on G-Sed. Very lucky to get that kill out. It's actually pretty sharp. Darkwing taking down Simcore. Toon's now making his way to the top of the ladder, getting pre-fired a little bit. Flashes going off everywhere. Walks into the fire of Darkwing. Gets one down. Vanadium goes for the 2. Gets himself a double. Pre-fires through the hut trying to get someone there. His teammates dropping down to get that defuse. Ang coming out of the squeaky door. Do they know he's there? Yes, they do. Ang taking down Vanadium. Will he get the last frag? Yes, he does. Ang with the help of Chiz there. Ang, though, getting the frags. Taking it down. 7-2 Nordland. 14-10 is the score. Only 2 rounds remaining for Nordland. They do only need 2 to win out this one. So, yeah, getting that bomb down and the wins put them in pretty good position. They'll be able to buy enough guns here to win it out if they play these rounds good from here on. So, put themselves in a good position to win this map now. Archaic really need to get a few more back-to-back rounds. They only did get those 3 rounds in that first half. Nick getting himself the opener. Hellscraper going tit for tat. And we're still tit for tat as Nordland puts it back in his favour now, taking down Toons and Hellscraper. So Vanadium sneaking from behind, getting one. Will he get the second one in the hut? No, he doesn't. He's managed to wait to get himself out of the front door there. He's a bit concerned and he's in a bad position here. If he chokes the shot, he could well die. Has to reload the pistol and gets taken out by Darkwing round the corner. 15-10 is the score. Only 1 round remaining for, poor decision. Should have just switched the other weapon and reloaded. Oh, well, 7-3 is the score. 15-10, Nordland over Archaic. A little bit of a rivalry here. And hopefully the Archaic make it nice. So it would be good to see if we go to 15-15, but I can't see it happening. Nordland have played much better. They just taken their time to bring it to the T side here. So playing that a little bit slower here. One of their slow rounds. This is probably only the second or third one they've done this whole game. Played very aggressive, and it's obviously caught Archaic off guard here, and they're getting punished for it. Nordland, 5 rounds up. 1 more round to win it. They've got a guaranteed draw, no matter what. Playing it a little bit slower, seeing if Archaic get a little bit desperate and push forward. Looks like they are getting impatient, but I don't see them pushing anywhere. They are getting a little bit complacent about which position they're in. Not unusual whatsoever. Very reserved, actually. So, Darkwing contemplating, hitting the top side. Teammate coming into play now. Smoke goes out, flash goes out. Goes for the one on the top. No, Toons gets himself a double with the Deagle. Aang and GZ answer back. Hellscraper with the USP gets himself a frag as well. Hunting on top of the hut. Vanadium gets a shot as well. Last player left alive. It's a squeaky and they take him down. Archaic on the back foot. They really needed that one and they managed to pull it out with pistols. Wow, pretty good play. 15-11 is the score. Again, Nordland at any point just need 5 kills in a round. They finish off the half and win themselves the first round in the CyberGamer Season 2 League. And frankly, I've enjoyed this game pretty good. I think Nordland at the moment are in a better place. They're a better team. So up to Archaic here. To bring it to them, they need to get themselves another 4 rounds just to tie it up, get it to 15-15. So a lot of... Oh no, they've been flashed and caught from behind here. Aang almost getting himself to 2 frags there. And his teammate, with the help of his teammate, will get a second one. Yes, he does. Tit for tat though, Nick and Vanadium getting a frag each. GZ taking down Vanadium. So Nordland once again in a good position to finish off this game here. Hellscraper gets another frag, taking down the 1. Hellscraper going to throw a flash and push into the ramps room here, though they have already made their way down. Thinking about the plant now, and the plant is done. GZ taken down by Simcore. Archaic really need to get this one going on because there is only 1 round left here for Aang to win. If he clutches this one, which he has clutched a couple times, he'll win this one. Oh! That is, if he pre-fired that corner, would have got himself the double and won the match, and it would have been pretty damn epic. But unfortunately, he wasn't able to get that one. A little bit unlucky. Again, they only need that 1 round in Nordland. If they go on an eco and they get a few lucky shots, they can win it at any round at this point. So Archaic really have to play it smart and get themselves to that 15. I'm not sure if we play OT in rounds. I assume we would. I assume we do, but it might just be 15-15 all for the rounds. I'm not really sure how we had this season set out. Admin in the server, I'm sure he'll be able to tell us. Matchbot probably automatically does it. And Archaic, again, they're preparing for a rush here, but Nordland not actually playing a rush, they're playing one of their slow rounds. And looks like we're going to have a boost up in the... boost up there. And Hellscraper having a look on the outside. Still, everybody's playing pretty reserved at this moment. Everybody's still playing relatively reserved. Aang's having a look. Nick managed to get himself a frag by taking down GZ. Nick getting another one on the outside there, taking down Chiz. One's trying to get a shot off into the window room. Hellscraper on the outside here, playing a little bit of a battle with him. As Nick gets another on the outside. Playing well. Still, he's on under half health now. He's going to help the ramps room in case somebody comes through there. And it's good timing for Nick. He may well get himself a double, and he does. Finishes off the round. Not sure if that was... No, it wasn't. He just got quite a lot of frags, wasn't it? 15-13 is the score. 2 rounds remaining, this one and the one after it. Potential for a draw here, but I do think, well, I mean, I really thought a couple rounds ago Nordland were going to finish this off here, but Archaic just aren't dying. They are not giving up there. Nick controlling that round on the outside there and taking them down. They just do not want to die. And Nordland is sort of giving them the opportunity here. So they're playing a little bit more reserve, playing a little bit more slow. Eats a big nade there. Taking off 32 HP as Nick gets himself a frag, taking down Chiz, who retreats back now. I think he'll escape with that one. And he does. Ang here being a little bit cautious in case Nick's hiding anywhere sneaky. Nick did get that shot through the annex angle. So Ang's still having a quick look outside. He's not really sure where Nick is, doesn't have much information. Nick could be anywhere, could be at the red pole in the warehouse. He's got no idea. Sees one up the top there, misses the shot. Checking for red pole now, see if Nick's still there. Does a bit of a shot through the wall. Vanadium getting himself on a frag on Darkwing. Still not done. Getting himself a double by pulling out the pistol and getting killed. G-Said finishes him off with the bomb in the ramps room. He can make his way and finish off the round. He gets another kill, which he almost shouldn't have. Simcore finishing him off there, so they have control of the bomb. And Simcore, while reloading, pushing through to the radio room. Nick as well with him. Ang's on the outside, and I think Ang's the last one left alive. Yes, he is. We're seeing what Ang can do here in the last 30 seconds. Plenty of time for him to do something. Nordland playing the rounds a little bit slower and actually not winning the slower rounds, winning their aggressive rounds. So I think they've spotted that he was around the annex area now, so he's just checking to see if anybody's looping around the back end, and it was a good timing there with a check. Takes down Nick with a great shot. Nice little reflex one. Comes through, tries to get a shot, pre-fire through the radio room, but doesn't get it. Simcore smacks him in the head right when he looks towards Hut. Unfortunate there. If Simcore didn't, Hellscraper may well have gotten him there. It's a bit hard to clutch that one. 15-14 is the score. Nordland. We may well be going into a draw / overtime here. Archaic just not quitting. Just not quitting here out at the end. Trying to get this one 12-3, 12-3 mirrored halves. So Nordland here, we'll see if they play aggressive. Their aggressive rounds seem to be really messing up Archaic. They're not really prepared for it. And it looks like we're going to have an aggressive round of the ramps to see what Archaic can do here. These are the kind of rounds that definitely have been putting the sore spot on the Archaic rounds. G-Set getting the opening frag on their aggressive round as they make a way to the bottom side. Chiz getting another. Nick answering back, so it's only a one frag advantage. Nick doubling up to make it even. Toons down the bottom side through the vents there. Gets himself a frag, taking down G-Set. Chiz as well coming through, checking the vents to see if Nick's still hanging around. Down on the bottom side, Nick there obviously playing the angle that Chiz was just looking at. A little bit concerned of where Nick is played a little bit slowed it down a little bit. Toons playing from the doors. Nick getting himself another frag. Nick will not quit. Simcore as well, trying to rotate from behind, trying to play it, not fall into an obvious position and just die without any need at all there. Nick doing a few shots from the top. Simcore hits it at the back. There's OT. And they thought it was a draw, just as I thought it might have been. So he's going to rejoin, and we're going to go into overtime. And 12-3, matched by a 12-3. Honestly, I think Nordland should have won. Archaic, you got to say, yeah, I love the never say die, but they're actually reasonably lucky to be in this position at this point. They did not play good enough in their first half. Nordland played a pretty nice half. They played a few aggressive rounds on their CT as well as their T. Nordland's aggressive T side, or any side, actually caused a lot of trouble for Archaic. Is the slow rounds that Archaic won, really? There was only a couple of aggressive rounds, which are the eco slaws, the little slaughters out of the heart and whatnot. Nordland really were punishing them. So I genuinely think the Archaic guys are pretty lucky to be in this overtime now as Ang rejoins. So they thought it was a draw at 15-15, but we are going to play the full overtime here. And I assume that's just going to be MR3 with 10k or something like that. I don't know, I didn't look at the rules book. I didn't look at the rule book. We got Andy Zor making a bot. We don't have to worry about these things. He does all these things for us. We love Andy Zor, the dice bot. So just waiting for them to ready up in this overtime here. So it's, I assume it's going to be MR3. And it's going to be who gets themselves the mini halves now. So it's going to be consecutive rounds. It's going to be the winner. It's going to be a very short game. Everybody's probably going to have a bye round each time. So this should be pretty good. This should be pretty good. We'll see if we can capitalize on this. See if Nordland go with their aggression. The aggression was definitely what was winning it for them. Their slow rounds, while they were good slow rounds, their percentage of winning the aggressive rounds way better. So hopefully we're ready up sometime this century. Archaic guys, come on. Just talking it up a little bit. Thinking too hard. Thinking too hard. Nick's ready up, so we're just about ready to go. Ooh, excuse me as I yawn. And I guess, do we stay same sides? Oh yeah, we rotate over when we go into into overtime. We're going to play, I think it's 3 rounds aside. I'm not sure if it's the same as it always has. It might be different. Everybody likes to change the season rules every now and then. And looks like we're about to start with one more player going ready. There we go, Hellscraper, last one readied up. We're going to start the overtime. Nordland taking on Archaic. We were tied 12-3 each half in regular time. We are now in overtime. And Nordland and the guys starting with, I'm going to guess 10k, as it usually is. Okay, so we're not living this pistol round. Okay. So, and I was just praising Andy. I was being a nice guy to Andy. Telling him how awesome he was. But it appears, oh, that's no good. It appears that the matchbot has turned friendly fire off. The freeze time apparently has gone away, and we're in pub mode. So, Andy, you've done all this good, and it goes away so quickly with one little mistake. Probably missed a semicolon somewhere. Oh well, I'm sure it'll only take a second. He'll just do a manual overtime, cancel the match, and probably just do it manually. Shouldn't be a big deal. Boys are just gonna fix up the server here. We've got Dusty D started off and fix up whatever the server config issues are. And yeah, so is he not live at all? Yeah, obviously it's not live. There you go. Might be the easiest, fastest way to fix it. As long as he remembers all the commands, shouldn't be a big deal. Hopefully we'll get this overtime started. This is I assume this is the first overtime on the server, and doing it the hard way, it appears. Maybe that's just how the matchbot's configured. Everybody joining back up. Yep, they've joined the CT side. Dusty D on T side. Interesting. Oh, poor Andy's all. Well, there goes his Christmas bonus. As we wait for guys to restart back in and... Oh, there we go. Recording the poll in the OT that never existed. I'm not sure if he remembers what the commands are, so what I'm going to do is pause this cast and bring it back online when we go into the overtime, because nobody wants to watch a 7-hour video. So I'll just save this off and come back later.